The night air in New York City is thick with secrets, and I'm about to let you in on the darkest ones. Ever wonder what happens when the last breath leaves a body in the Big Apple? That's where I come in. I'm a mortuary transport driver, and in this city the dead are my silent passengers. Picture this. It's 3 a.m. and the streets are eerily quiet. The only sound is the low hum of my van as I navigate the shadowy alleys and dimly lit avenues. But don't be fooled by the calm. In New York, the dead never rest. That's why drivers like me have 5 rules. Break one, and you'll see why the city never sleeps. Rule number 1, always check the body bag twice. You'd be surprised how many times I've heard rustling from the back of the van. Is it just the bumpy roads of Manhattan or something more sinister? I've learned the hard way that not everything that looks dead stays that way. Rule 2, never pick up hitchhikers after midnight. It might sound like common sense, but when you're driving alone with corpses for company, any living soul can seem like a welcome distraction. Trust me, some of those living souls have eyes that gleam a little too bright in the rearview mirror. The third rule is crucial. Don't stop at red lights in certain neighborhoods. I know it sounds crazy, but there are intersections in this city where the traffic signals flicker to life, even when there's no power for miles. And if you stop, well, let's just say you might end up with more passengers than you bargained for. Rule 4 is simple but vital. Always keep holy water in the glove compartment. You might laugh, but when you're transporting bodies from some of the oldest churches in the city, you learn to respect the power of faith and fear. And finally, rule number 5. Never ever look in the rearview mirror for too long. The shapes you might see shifting in the back of the van aren't always just shadows. Sometimes the dead get restless during their final ride. These rules have kept me alive in a job where the line between the living and the dead blurs like the city lights in a foggy night. But even with all these precautions, there are nights when I feel eyes on the back of my neck, hear whispers that shouldn't be possible, and sense a presence that makes my blood run cold. So the next time you're out late in New York City and you see a nondescript van glide by, remember, not all night shifts are created equal. And in this city, some of us are tasked with making sure that what's dead stays dead, at least until we reach our destination. Because in the end, we're all just passing through, but some of us are just passing.